welcome to my channel. Guess what we are going to be cooking today? Jollof rice. Yes, jollof rice. I'm actually going to cook it a little bit and bake it. I like to have my jollof rice baked. I like to I cook it for just few, like 15-20 minutes, and shove it in an oven, and I'll show you my method of cooking jollof rice. A lot of people cook it by, cook it all the way, but I love to bake mine. Right now I'm going to share with you some of the ingredients that I will be using. I have the pepper, the bell peppers, the ginger, garlic, the Jamaica hot pepper, some onions. I have the paste, tomato paste, which gives it the red, it makes it, gives it that coloring. It's optional. Also, the tomato, you can use the whole tomato, you can use the canned one. Depends on what's available. Bay leaves, the soya seasoning. The soya seasoning also helps to give it that reddish, that reddish color, that redness in the rice. That's what helps it, and the paste. This is the seasoning. This is the maagi. Also, we have the turmeric, the Goya, which is the all-purpose seasoning, the salt, and the oil, and of course the main ingredient is the rice. So come with me as I show you how I bake my jollof rice. So here's the goat meat that I'm going to use actually to eat the jollof rice. However, I need the stock, so I'm going to I'm going to cook the goat meat so I can use the stock in making the preparation for the jollof rice. So what I'm going to do is blend the onions. There's onions, garlic, ginger that I'm going to blend. I'm going to put a little bit of water. I'm going to blend it. Here we go. I'm going to pour it on the goat meat. Put a little bit of water. Get it out. Come the oil on it. And turn the stove on to have it to have the stock made. So I'm going to, while I do that, I'm going to season it. This is the Goya seasoner. I love my turmeric. If you have curry, you can put it. If you have thyme, you can add it. Sometimes if you don't have all this seasoning in the house, you can use whatever is available. Like this is the curry. The chicken maagi, chicken flavor, the bouillon. You can add it to it. Okay, so here's the meat. The meat is boiling, it's cooking. Goat meat that I need the stock. You can see I can add a little bit of water. So I can have enough, just so I have enough stock. Just add a little bit, like half a cup of water, just so I have enough of stock for the jollof rice. Still to make the jollof rice. I shared with you already the ingredient I'll be using. I'm going to blend. Let me open this. paste and also the tomato, the whole tomato that's in the can. Like I said, you don't have to use the whole tomato. You can use regular. I just choose to use this. I know sometimes people say, you know, because of sodium, the canned ones, they prefer to use the regular, but I use whatever is available. If the regular tomato is available, I use it. If not, you know, I use this. The results, to me, could still be the same. I don't see the difference at the end of the cooking. I've used both, so it doesn't really matter. It's whatever it's available. So I am going to use the peppers. I'm going to you can add the paste also. Depends on how much. You can add 1 or 2 teaspoons. I'm going to add two big spoons. I'm going to add 2 big spoons or even more, because I want my rice to be a little bit more red. Like I said, the paste does give it that redness, so that reddish look. Here we go. Here we go. Use water to just rinse some of the whatever is in the bottom off. That's it. Okay. Here. So here is the soup. Here's the blended pepper. The blended pepper, and I'm adding the condiments, you know, the seasoning. I'm adding the seasoning to it. The Goya. Can measure it in spoons. You can use teaspoon or tablespoon to measure it. You know, this is the maagi. If you have the stock, you know, like the meat stock or chicken, you can also add it just to increase the seasoning. Here is the bay leaves. Let me open it. I always like to add the bay leaves again, like I said, for the aroma that it gives the jollof rice. It does give it a very good aroma, so I'm going to use my bay leaves. It's bay leaves right there. And I'm just going to stir it. I'm going to stir it. Okay. I'm going to add a cup. I'm going to add a cup of coconut oil. Add a cup of coconut oil to it. You can see this is it. So I'm going to let it cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to let it the soup for the jollof rice, I'm going to let it cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. So here we go. We made the stew for the jollof rice, and I'm going to clean the rice. I'm going to clean the rice. I'm going to wash it and save it and get it ready for, to be added to the stew. Continue to wash it until it becomes clear. That's what I'm doing. Washing the rice. Continue to wash the rice. Continue to wash the rice. So the water becomes clear. Okay. Wash it for several times. Okay. This is the rice. The water is getting better. It's getting better. The water is getting better. So you see? Continue to wash it. Continue to wash. Continue to wash. Drain it. Eventually we're going to drain it. Okay. The water is getting better. It's getting cleaner. It's getting cleaner. Remove any particles. So after draining, this is the drainer that I use. I use this drainer to pour the rice. Pour the rice to drain it off the water. See? I drain it off, and then at this point I'm going to move down to the stove where I will be adding the rice to the stew. So I am going to put the rice in the pots, in the bigger pots. I'm going to put the rice in the bigger pots. The water is draining. The water is draining on the rice. Let's put this rice. Add the rest of the rice from the bowl into that drainer. Okay. See? I'm going to pour it in the big pot. The rice, I poured it in the big pot. The pot is so big, but I'd rather use a big pot than use a smaller pot where, it's not going to be enough space on it. So I'd rather use this. So I am going to, this is the soup for the jollof rice. I'm going to add it to it, and then I'll show you in a second. I'm going to add it to the rice. See? Add it to the rice, and I'm not going to add everything. Let me see, hopefully you can see this. See? So I'm going to cook it for just about 15 minutes. Gonna add more. I told you I'm gonna do something different today that has never been done. Okay, what I'm going to do now is actually use this bowl to add more. Folks, here's the rice on the stove. Okay, so it's been about I think about 15 minutes now. Let's look at how the rice is. Let's look at the jollof rice. Trying to stir it. You see? You see how it's coming? And the look. As you can see what I'm saying. Looking delicious. It's looking beautiful. It's looking attractive. So I'm going to pour the onions and put the onions on it. Continue to stir it. Okay. So I said I'm going to do something different that I've actually never done in terms of using my foil to cook jollof rice, my foil tray. So I'm going to get my foil tray. I'll let it cook for another 5 minutes more, and then I will put it on the foil tray and shove it in the oven. Second part of the rice. So I'm going to cover both. I'm going to cover both and put it in the oven. Make it foil. Alright, here we go. So the oven is ready. I prepped the oven already to 350. Prep the oven to 350. So I'm just gonna now put both rice in the oven, and that's it. Okay, guys, here's my rice. That's my jollof rice with my goat meat and chicken and some fried plantains, some plantains. So join me. Delicious. Thanks for watching this from the beginning to the end. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.